Hello, friends. I'm Larry with Rides Done Right, and I guess it wouldn't be 2020 without having it affect one of our interviews. We interviewed PKA President Mike Schorn, who is very articulate and provided us with great insight. Unfortunately, we had sound problems. So instead of hearing directly from Mike, I'll provide the narrative from our interview, which covered COVID and PKA's 2020 night race. We started out talking about the effects of COVID-19 on the PKA season. Mike said that Yamhill County was one of the lucky counties in Oregon that was able to open up practices with no more than 10 people starting in March. Attendance was increased to 25 people in April and May track days, and those dates were extremely popular since people had all been cooped up for all those months. By the time racing started in June, the attendance limits were raised to allow up to 100 people at the track, while maintaining the 6-foot rule except for those family members that coexist, which you can be close with your family members. The Canadian borders had been closed, so some folks that would have loved to have come to PKA's 2020 races were not able to. As PKA forecasts into 2021, the hope is that things will begin to get back to some kind of normalcy. So enough about COVID. All that brings us to the first PKA karting night race. A company that one of the PKA board members works for donated the lights, so PKA turned a Sunday scheduled race into a Saturday afternoon night race. The volunteers spent Friday placing the lights, and when Saturday got here, we were blessed with a high temperature of 80, so the whole event into the night was comfortable the entire time. As usual, we noticed racers of all ages, genders, and sizes, and they all fall into a variety of classes that make competitive racing for everyone. You could sense extra excitement throughout the afternoon as we came closer to dusk, and as the sun was going down, we started noticing things that you don't see at day races. Particularly that some of the racers put lights in their wheels, which enhanced the already spectacular sights that came with night racing. And PKA had a fantastic big screen TV setup at the pit entrance that provided real-time stats for all the racers. All of the individual race classes had great representation, and it's always fun watching the little ones learning how to rip around the track. And they adapted well to racing at night. Formula gridded up 16 racers, which helped keep racers in groups that were similar speeds, providing great racing and spectating.
Just a moment, bring it to a stop. No green here.
Those that follow Rides Done Right may have seen me in my shifter cart at the Mack track a couple of years ago, so you know I pay particular attention to that group. And the night race let me get to see the biggest gathering of shifter carts I've seen so far at Mack. Watching the shifter cart starts is always a treat.
Top five, looking at turn number one, ladies and gentlemen. Here they go to turn two or three. All right, here we go. As they dive into turns 2 and 3, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, top five. Up through that chicane as they make their way down towards the old and the number 3 machine of
In between the races, we wandered through the pits where there was no shortage of great lighting, giving evidence that the racers and their crews had planned well for night racing. The event ran until 10:30 p.m. and as usual didn't disappoint for the racers or the spectators. Special thanks goes out to the PKA board and all of their volunteers for putting on a great event as usual. We encourage all of you to check out the PKA racing schedule for the Mack track at portlandkarting.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.